Good morning, students. Today I am going to take a class of 4th semester BA Philosophy major. My topic is Locke's theory of knowledge, which is known as empiricism. I will deliver my lecture in both Assamese and English medium. Students, epistemology is a theory of knowledge. Epistemology is that branch of philosophy which discusses all the questions related to knowledge. For example, what is knowledge? What are the sources of knowledge? How does knowledge originate? What is the limits of knowledge, extent of knowledge, etc. Regarding the origin of knowledge in Western philosophy, there are mainly three theories: rationalism, empiricism, and critical theory. According to rationalism, reason is the only source of knowledge. According to empiricism, experience is the only source of knowledge. But according to critical theory, both reason and experience are equally essential in the acquisition of knowledge. Now, Locke's theory of knowledge, which is known as empiricism. According to this theory, experience is the only source of knowledge. Locke severely criticized Descartes' doctrine of innate ideas. Innate ideas are those ideas which are implanted in our mind by God at the time of our birth, according to Descartes. So, according to Descartes, our mind is full of innate ideas at the time of our birth. But Locke criticized these innate ideas and he disproves Descartes' doctrine of innate ideas, and after refuting Descartes' doctrine of innate ideas, he established his theory, which is known as empiricism, in his book An Essay Concerning Human Understanding in 1690. First, Locke maintains that if there are innate ideas according to Descartes, then these innate ideas must be universally present in all minds. But we see that the illiterate persons, the idiots, they are children, they are quite unconscious of the so-called innate ideas of God, morality, causality, etc. They are not conscious of them. Secondly, Locke maintains that if there are innate ideas as according to Descartes, then these innate ideas must be same in all minds. But in our observation, we see that these innate ideas, the idea of God, the idea of causality, the idea of morality, they differ in different societies, in different individuals, in different countries, etc. They do not appear in all minds. Thirdly, there are innate ideas as Descartes maintains, then these innate ideas must be same in all minds. If there are same ideas regarding some objects in all our minds, but it would not prove their innateness. For example, fire burns. We have the same idea of fire, but it is not an innate idea. It is derived by all from experience. In this way, Locke criticized Descartes' doctrine of innate ideas, and he maintains that there is no innate idea in our mind at the time of our birth. Our mind is like a clean slate, white paper, empty cabinet, dark chamber at the time of our birth. This state of mind is called by Locke as tabula rasa. According to Locke, we get true knowledge only from experience, not from reason. Experience is of two kinds. One is called sensation and another is called reflection. Sensation is external perception and reflection is internal perception. sensation is the source of external object and reflection is the source of internal objects. We get true knowledge only from these two sources, that is sensation and reflection. The child first gets his ideas from sensation, and after that, at an advanced stage, he reflects upon them. According to Descartes, mind can think without sensation, but according to Locke, mind cannot think without sensation. Sensation and reflection are equally essential in the acquisition of knowledge. Thought depends upon sensation. The mind is passive in receiving these sensations, but it is active in comparing them with one another, combining them into complex ideas, and forming general ideas into particular ideas. Locke's main dictum is, there is nothing in the intellect which was not previously in the senses. Locke's theory of knowledge is also known as a posteriori theory of knowledge, because experience is the only source of knowledge. Though Locke is an empiricist, he believed in the existence of God, in the existence of substance, in the existence of matter, etc. He admits the existence of substance as the subsistence of primary qualities. Locke divides qualities into two types. One is called primary quality and the another is called secondary quality. And he also draws a distinction between primary qualities and secondary qualities. Primary qualities are objective and secondary qualities are subjective according to Locke. Again, according to Locke, primary qualities are permanent and secondary qualities are transitory. Primary qualities are those which are extension, size, shape, etc. And secondary qualities are those color, taste, smell, etc. In conclusion, we can say Locke's empiricism is not satisfactory theory of knowledge, because in the acquisition of knowledge, both reason and experience are equally essential. But Locke ignores reason and he lays emphasis on experience only. But we see that reason is that element for which man is regarded as a rational element. So we cannot ignore reason totally. Both reason and experience are equally essential in the acquisition of knowledge. Now, I deliver my lecture in Assamese medium also. বুদ্ধিবাদ আৰু অভিজ্ঞতাবাদ দুইটা হৈছে জ্ঞানৰ উৎপত্তি সম্বন্ধীয় দুটা মতবাদ। বুদ্ধিবাদৰ মতে জ্ঞান আমি পাওঁ বুদ্ধিৰ পৰা আৰু অভিজ্ঞতাবাদৰ মতে আমি জ্ঞান পাওঁ অভিজ্ঞতাবাদৰ মতে আমি জ্ঞান পাওঁ অভিজ্ঞতাৰ পৰা। জন লকে তেওঁৰ গ্ৰন্থ এন এছে কনচাৰ্নিং হিউমেন আণ্ডাৰষ্টেণ্ডিঙত অভিজ্ঞতাবাদৰ বিষয়ে আলোচনা কৰিছে আৰু তেওঁ কৈছে যে আমি জ্ঞান অকল অভিজ্ঞতাৰ পৰাহে পাওঁ। অভিজ্ঞতাৰ পৰা জ্ঞান পাওঁ বুলি ক'বলৈ গৈ লকে ডেকাৰ্টৰ যিটো অন্তৰ্জাত ধাৰণাৰ প্ৰত্যয়, সেই অন্তৰ্জাত ধাৰণাৰ প্ৰত্যয়টো সম্পূৰ্ণভাৱে অস্বীকাৰ কৰিছে। তেওঁ কয় যে ডেকাৰ্টে কোৱাৰ দৰে জন্মৰ সময়ত আমাৰ মনত কোনো অন্তৰ্জাত ধাৰণা নাথাকে। আমাৰ মনটো এখন খালী কাগজৰ নিচিনা উকা হৈ থাকে। তাত আমি অভিজ্ঞতাৰ পৰা যি জ্ঞান লাভ কৰোঁ তাত আমি সঞ্চাৰিত হয়। আমাৰ মনটোত যি সেই উকা অৱস্থা, সেই অৱস্থাটোক লকে টেবুলা ৰাছা নাম দিছে। তেওঁ কয় অভিজ্ঞতা দুই প্ৰকাৰৰ। এটা অভিজ্ঞতা হৈছে সংবেদন, যাক তেওঁ সেন্সেশন বুলি কয়। এটা অভিজ্ঞতা হৈছে ৰিফ্লেকশন, যাক তেওঁ অন্তৰ্দৰ্শন বুলি কয়। সংবেদনৰ জৰিয়তে আমি বাহ্যিক বস্তুৰ জ্ঞান লাভ কৰোঁ। চকুৰে চাই কিবা এটা বস্তুৰ জ্ঞান পালো, কাণৰে শুনি পেলাই কিবা এটা বস্তুৰ জ্ঞান পালো, এইবিলাক। আৰু অন্তৰ্দৰ্শন হৈছে যিটো আমাৰ মানসিক অনুভূতি যিবিলাকৰ দ্বাৰা আমি মনৰ দ্বাৰা পাওঁ দুখ সুখ এইবিলাকৰ যিটো অনুভূতি যাক আমি প্ৰত্যক্ষ কৰিব নোৱাৰো সেইবিলাকক আমি অন্তৰ্দৰ্শনৰ দ্বাৰা লাভ কৰিব পাৰো লোকৰ মতবাদৰ মূল নীতিটো হৈছে যে there is nothing in the intellect which was not previously in the senses যে অভিজ্ঞতাত নোপোৱা আমি কোনো বস্তুৰ জ্ঞান আমাৰ মনে লাভ কৰিব নোৱাৰে যদিও লোক এজন অভিজ্ঞতাবাদী দাৰ্শনিক তথাপি তেওঁ ভগৱান দ্ৰব্য এইবোৰৰ অস্তিত্ব আত্মা তেওঁ স্বীকাৰ কৰে তেওঁ দ্ৰব্যক মৌলিক গুণ আৰু গৌণ গুণৰ আধাৰ হিচাপে দ্ৰব্যৰ অস্তিত্ব তেওঁ স্বীকাৰ কৰিছিল আৰু তেওঁ সেই গুণসমূহক দুটা ভাগত ভাগ কৰিছিল এটা হৈছিল মৌলিক গুণ এটা হৈছে গৌণ গুণ মৌলিক গুণবিলাক হৈছে যে বস্তু এটাৰ আয়তন প্ৰকৃতি সাইজ শেপ এইবিলাক হৈছে যে বস্তু এটাৰ মৌলিক গুণ আৰু গৌণ গুণ বুলি ক'বলৈ যাওঁতে বস্তু এটাৰ ৰং সোৱাদ গুণ এইবিলাক হৈছে বস্তু এটাৰ গৌণ গুণ